Hello everybody, welcome to this, the latest in the offline educational series. I've titled this one The Interview, and it's my second go at it, so I didn't do very good on my first interview now, did I? No sound apparently. The interview. I would like you to consider hosting an interview for yourself, with yourself, just you. You ask the questions, you give the answers, just like you do in my lesson 7, the trader psychology test. Except you set the questions, you give the answers. That's it. That's the way it's going to be. Over the years of my career in business and finance, I've interviewed many candidates for many roles. Some of those roles I've absolutely no experience in whatsoever. Waiters, bartenders, for instance. Nevertheless, I interviewed and employed many people in many different roles. We use metrics in business, always metrics, always to find the ideal candidate for any position. Please remember, though, that candidates for any position can be trained and indeed mentored into the role. Notwithstanding that, the metrics will speak for themselves if you ask the right questions. I for sure don't mean the crap questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean the quality questions around performance, motivation, and trust. A graph, then, because we need to highlight where we are on the graph ourselves. This is necessary as it can help us to decide what type of trader we can be. So we have a graph with performance here on, let's say it's the x-axis, and we'll type in there performance. Of course we will. And on the y-axis here, we're going to measure trust. Performance and trust. Now, there are other metrics, of course, but as a trader, that's about the top of it. That's it. That's really what you're looking for. Performance and trust. They're what we really need to measure ourselves. There are metrics. Okay, and how does it help us? Well, if we've got great discipline, we can be trusted, can't we? Everyone, of course, wants to be up here. Everyone wants to be this guy, the top performer, the most trusted member of the team. Everybody wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to employ that guy. And you would think that's where it ends, isn't it? But as an employer, we prefer this guy. We prefer this guy down here, someone who can be trusted to follow the rules, because the rules of the task will generate the performance, and he'll get better and he'll get better in time. So long as he or she can be trusted, we prefer this guy to that guy. Nobody wants him. We don't want him. I really don't want this guy. Yeah, I can do it. I can do this. I can do that. I can do it all standing on my head with one hand tying me I'll be back and only one shoe on with odd socks and everything. Nobody wants to know. Nobody cares. Big head, no bread in the house. We want to know, can you be trusted to follow the rules? So I would employ this guy more than I would employ that guy, and I'd be happy to train this guy more than I'd be happy to train or take under my wing this guy over here. Hope that makes sense to you. Ideally then, lower performing but higher trust is the guy we want. High performance, low trust, not a chance. Ideally then, as a trader, you need to display for yourself high trust metrics. That simply means that you will follow the rules as laid out in your strategy and in your daily trading plan without FOMO, the fear of missing out, and without random outside of set times trades placed. Okay, performance is less of an issue then, assuming you have a good strategy. That's the major point here. If you're watching this recording, you know the strength of the strategies that we employ, and you've seen the performance live in the live sessions. So if you're not performing well in your trading, the metric that you're really lacking here may well be trust, since there are rules you've missed or you are consistently failing to follow them. By all means, share some thoughts and feedback with me in the usual channels. I would like to point out For anyone who is watching this who was on the session earlier, we were looking to go long between 2 and 3 p.m. today, and we were looking to go long to the 580 and then the 600. There's the 12,580, there's the 12,600. At no point in the session, the live session today, at no point in that session did I say, oh, tally ho, we'll just go short. It needed to break a level and there was one short. We failed to stay below the line and we were out. And long is where we really wanted to go. And take that not lightly. Remember those words. Long is where we really wanted to go, and I gave all the reasons: the inverse head and shoulder, the upper levels, the 12, the 2 a.m. level, the 9 a.m. level, all of those things were there. All of those rules. And okay, the session ended at 3 and it happened after the session. I'm okay with that. The fact is, people left the session with targets, with ideas, with entry ideas and rules around where you can go in, where you should come out, where you can go back in and aim for your targets. That's the metric I want you to measure me on. Can you trust me to guide you profitably and sensible? Well, I'd say you'd have to put me in this column of trust. And in terms of our results, we do all right. I'm very happy with the pip count that we're making there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look at your performance. I want you to look at how well you follow your rules. I want to design some questions, or I want you to design some questions around that. Ask them of yourself and note down the metrics that you score. Please let me know how you do and trade safe. I look forward to seeing you on the next live session, and I do hope there's sound on this one. Trade safe, everybody, and since it's Thursday, enjoy your weekend. Bye now.